Undirected team. What's up, y'all? We got a video that we got to talk about. Y'all see the title? Send the video. Shout out to Anthony Edwards, man. So I got to talk about this for a few different reasons, and we'll get into that. As a basketball savant, I play basketball 5 nights a week in different leagues. Just won a championship last Thursday. Got a chance to win a championship tomorrow and Wednesday in my men's league and get my bragging rights and then get my shirts. They give us shirts. I wish they give us little mini trophies though in the men's league. Anybody play men's league? Do y'all get trophies for y'all's? We get like shirts. And so I got one set of shirts coming for my team, and then hopefully 2 more tomorrow and Wednesday. We're gonna see what happens with that. But on to the topic. Anthony Edwards exposed by IG model. Let's get into it. And we're gonna start, before we get into the juicy stuff, just by having a little background on Anthony Edwards first. Most of y'all are probably familiar with Edwards if you clicked on this video. Some maybe not so much. So I'm going to do a little bit for each side. And we'll just talk about Edwards and kind of summarize what's going on with him. So Edwards, born August 5th, 2001, nicknamed Ant-Man, or simply Ant, short for Anthony. He is a professional basketball player for the Timberwolves, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They actually play about a half hour from where I'm at. I'm in Minnesota. Minneapolis is about 30 minutes away from me. They're in Miami right now playing. I actually have the game on as we speak. They're in halftime. And I didn't get to see any of the... So what'll be kind of funny is if the Timberwolves manage to win, which it doesn't look like they are at this point, but basketball is I'm pretty sure they were probably favored. No, it was probably a pick 'em. Yeah, I'd say it was a pick 'em. But anyways, if the Timberwolves win and Anthony Edwards has a good game, then he would get the post-game on-court interview. And it'd be funny to see the questions they would ask the Ant-Man. But anyways, let's talk about him. So yeah, August 5th, 2011. Age 22, from Atlanta, Georgia, and went to the University of Georgia. That's where he played college. And he did, 1 year. And then he was the first overall pick. He went to the Timberwolves, where he's still playing now. And just want to go to the draft real quick. You can see right here, Edwards pick number 1 over the likes of LaMelo Ball. We're just going to skip James Wiseman because he didn't really amount to what everybody thought he would. And he had a lot of weird issues going on, James Wiseman. I'm surprised that Golden State picked him with the second pick. I guess you never really know how guys are going to fare, but you do. It is an educated guess. Like, you guys know, I go to car auctions and I make educated guesses based off of the information I have in front of me. Now, I don't know if, when I pull off the car lot, that the car isn't going to explode as soon as I pull it into the driveway, but I can look and assess things to say, this car looks like it's going to last and it's going to do well for the foreseeable future. And the Golden State Warriors didn't seem to be able to have that. They didn't seem to be able to have that foresight. Tyrese Halliburton, one of the best point guards in the league at this time, went number 12. So, I mean, you see all the guys before him. Yeah, if there was a redraft, Anthony Edwards might still go first. But you really got to consider LaMelo Ball and Tyrese Halliburton. They'd be 1, 2, and 3, whatever order you want to put them in. I guess it's kind of based off of what you need. They're all basically point guards. Edwards more of a shooting guard though. But yeah, so you see it there, and so yeah, and I won't go into any more details than that, but just kind of overlook of Edwards. But we'll get into some of the controversy that Edwards has went throughout his career. And let's put that over there. Um, so we'll start with, if I got it up, not that one, not that one. Nope, not that one yet. We're gonna start with this one. We're gonna start with this one. This is where Edwards got into some issues. This was over a year ago. What's the exact date he's got here? September 12th. Yeah, this is about just over a year ago, where he made some derogatory comments towards a group of people. And I'm gonna keep the sound off for this, but you see these guys here. Uh, you see these guys here, they're looking to, they're doing some things over there. And Edwards had some comments where uh, he labeled them in a way that he felt was appropriate. And, he got some pushback for that, to the point where he had to come out and apologize for it. And strange enough, he made a statement about what we're going to talk about with this IG model just recently. So we're going to get to that in a second too, but go through this video and you can see right here is where he made the apology, and we'll read it. What I said was immature, hurtful, and disrespectful, and I'm incredibly sorry. It's unacceptable for me or anyone to use that language in such a hurtful way. There's no excuse for it at all. I was raised better than that, Edwards said on, at the time, Twitter, now X. All right. So a little controversy there from Edwards, but he was able to get by that. And not long after that, what do we got for this? This is 5 months ago. Over this summer, Edwards signed a max contract of $260 million. Now you gotta, anytime you say the word million, it's gotta be evil. It's gotta be like $1,000,000. So, I mean, when you get into the millions, there's something going on. There's some nefarious acts happening when you get to the millions. You're seeing some things us normal people don't get to see. And yeah, so he had this to say when he secured the bag. Oh, he got her. All you females that think you about to come up off a ninja for signing a contract for $260 million. Not to mention all my endorsement deals, appearance fees, investments. He's got a lot of money floating around. He's probably, I mean, they take a lot out of taxes, but I'm just figuring that, he's making that 260 million work for him. So that's what Edwards had to say. As you can see, the lady next to him took offense. And I don't know if this is the woman that he has currently pregnant that's his girlfriend, because he was having some fun with her, obviously. But you'll see her reaction when he says, yeah, I'm going to leave everything to the dog and not you. She was a little upset. Let's hear that one more time. Yo, Edwards was hurt. I mean, the girl was hurt. Shout out to Anthony, man. That was funny. That was funny, and that video went viral after he signed his contract and said he's not gonna let any woman take advantage of him whatsoever. It's obvious he got the bag, and he's not giving up none of that bag. And I'm actually watching the game now. Timberwolves are coming back, so he might get that post-game encore interview. He's not playing too well personally, but it's 66-56 in the third quarter as I record this. And he just took an awful step back. 2-point shot. He's a bit out of sorts right now. You can tell he's not playing his best. Definitely distracted by what we're about to talk about next. And that is the storm that Edwards has helped create. See, Edwards tried to keep this under wraps, but there's this woman, and let's go to her real quick. And I already have this pulled up because anything else I show on her IG is inappropriate for these YouTube streets. So we're just going to keep it here, and we're going to show the woman in question that has put their private messages public and all of their business out to the world, which is, I would say, unacceptable based off of what has transpired up to this point. This is her. So you got a visual, everybody involved, her eating steak. She's at the game now. I don't think this is the game where she met the guy Edwards at. This a video? Oh, it's not a video. This a video? I can't play the video. I thought I could play the video. Anyways, so this is her. And she decided to release private messages between Edwards and her because she felt like Edwards disrespected her privately, so she wanted to make it public. Okay. Well, since it's out, we're going to look at the messages and see what is going on. And I think just recently she put a couple more out at the time of me filming this, but we're going to go here and close that. We're going to open up these screenshots that I have procured from her Instagram. And let me see if I want to get them in order. Okay. All right. I think they're in order here. Or maybe I put them out of order. I did. So this is what she had first. And let's blow this up. Let's make this a little bigger. Let's make this a little bit bigger. All right. So right here. This is before she put out the screenshots. And she was kind of hinting that something was about to happen. I need to stop trying to see the good in people because y'all are terribly, actually. And this is a subliminal shot at the Ant-Man. This is before we knew that she was going to out him to the entire planet of Earth. Moving forward, she then put out this tweet. I'm one of the nicest switches God made. So if you're on my bad side, you just a horrible person. And she took this from someone else that was basically explaining how she felt. And lastly, before we get to the juicy stuff, she had this to say. Boo-hoo, cry me a river. Tired of people moving funny towards me. Then, when I show the same energy, I'm the bad guy. My feelings ain't never spared. So forget yours with the F you emoji attached to the end of the sentence. All right. Then, not long after that, she decided to out Edwards. And here we are. Is this the right one? Yeah, okay. And this is how it all started. She put this out here to the world. And we'll read through it. These are messages between Edwards and Dream Page. I don't know her real name. That's her IG name. That's what we know. Is her name Dream? And her last name Page? Could be. Didn't know her before this, know her now. Shout out to you, Edwards, making people famous like yourself. You're a good guy for that. I still have an appointment on the 27th. And you can see up there, she's showing that she is pregnant. And Edwards, by his response, knows, yeah, this is a very, very likely true scenario. Now, I will say, those tests aren't the most accurate. And I mean, she could be faking this. I mean, Edwards could have actually had her pregnant. Possibly. Very likely based off of his response. He knows that is very, very likely. But, I mean, she could have had one of her friends that's pregnant take the test, you know, and then pulled up on Edwards like, yo, what's up, Edwards? We got to figure this out. Because the thing about it is like, she didn't really resist to go through with the termination. Now, it's possible that what Edwards was offering was more important than her going through with the pregnancy. But if you're thinking long term, 100,000 is not that much. Ultimately, what she got offered by Edwards and sent, and she got, sent to her. And then that could be the reason why she outed him, because she was never pregnant in the beginning. But this is all alleged. Anyways, Edwards said, hell no, can't do this. So now what? What a great response. And Edwards tells her to terminate. Honestly, she goes on to say, I want to close that. Pull that back up real quick. And to close out, she says, was this it? Oh, yeah. Oh, honestly, I had one with my son around 2 years ago, and I regret it every day. So she's already having, remorse from, the decision that she made earlier in her life before Edwards was even involved, as far as I know. And then Edwards says, man, you can't force a kid in this world. You don't know what it is yet. You don't know what it's is yet. Okay, I try to just read it based off of what it should sound like, but he's got a weird way of speaking. Anyways, that's not the point. I said I had one 2 years ago and I regret it. And Edwards really is at this point checked out as far as caring or thinking about anything to console or, think about her well-being in this situation, because he just got $260 million and he don't want to give up a portion of that. So we'll move on. And is this the next one? Okay, this is the next one right here. Edwards goes on to say, or she goes on to say, being cool to you just going to get termination by myself and you not doing ish and going about your day, that's being cool to you. Obviously, you've been through this before just by your reaction. So she's saying Edwards is like out here just sending 100,000. Anybody he makes a mistake with, Edwards just out here just giving away 100, and he just got 260. What's the percentage of 100,000 to 260 million? I gotta imagine it's very low. Like, I'm doing mental math. I'm thinking it's under 1% for sure. Is that right? It's got to be under 1% or close to. I'm gonna get eviscerated for not knowing this basic math, but I know it's a very small portion of what Edwards has. 100,000 to him is like $1 to a normal person. That's what I'm figuring. I will send you the money to help you out. I didn't ask for it, but okay. So I guess she didn't ask. He offered the money, and that, it was like, damn, he gonna offer me 100. I mean, she probably ain't got 100 at one time at any point in her life. Just, well, you know what? Maybe. You know, she might actually, but then why would she want the 100 over the, you know what? I don't know. That's We can go down that rabbit hole. Anyways, you just don't want a baby. Is that why you're saying all this? Because I've been cool with you. I don't want kids, which is strange because as far as I know, he has a girlfriend already that is pregnant. So I don't have that totally confirmed at this point. It's just kind of the rumors that's been going around. But allegedly, he has a girlfriend that is already pregnant. So, and then goes on to say, well, you don't care about no one but you. You got the money. What's the holdup? So I guess that so he sent the money. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Why she ain't why she ain't took the pill? Cause now you finna make a problem. So Edward's getting a little aggressive here. And I don't know, maybe she don't take kindly to threats. Goes on to say, finna make a problem. Exactly. Question mark. I don't give a F. I've been nice this whole time. I don't wanna bother with you. I don't cause problem nothing. You don't speak to me like that. I told you I would because you want me to. So that's what you talking about life. Just be somewhat understanding. I told you I'll be home soon. I have no, I don't even know what the hell's going on at this point. Anyways, okay, just make sure I get the video of the box with the right pills. What other pills would they be, Anthony? Make sure she said his name just so people know. And he responded after she said Anthony. So this is all alleged, but we at least know that this person she's talking to is named Anthony without, his name being capitalized. So lowercase Anthony responded, just making sure. We're going to move on. And we got this here. And this is where she showed herself taking the pill. So she sent the video to him. All right. The other half is in 48 to 24 hours. So I think, she's not talking about the money here. I think she's saying that she got to take 2 pills. So she takes 1 pill now and then she takes another in 48 hours to complete the process. So then we go on. This is over a few days, it looks like. So I send you what you asked, then it's F me. You're going to ignore me now? And Edwards ain't even responding at all because it looks like, yeah, so she's hitting him back. This is 3 hours. Edward finally gets back to her. My attorney gonna handle it. My attorney gone handle it. Shout out to Edwards, man. He speaks the same way he texts. That's why it's funny. If you hear Edwards speak, you listen to him, same way he's texting is how he speaks in real life, which is usually how it goes. You said we were handling ourselves, and then when I do my part, you turn. So I guess she wanted Edwards to come and hand deliver her $100,000 check or come with a big bag of cash and put it directly in her lap himself, right? Like, that's what she expected. She didn't want the attorney getting involved at all. But Edwards had different ideas. And this is 3 days later. Your attorney hasn't even responded. And this is probably where she's getting a little upset because Edwards is being a little standoffish. She's not being responsive to the point where she thinks he should be. It's taking a while for that transfer to hit. And, it's kind of, so maybe she was talking about the cash when she said the 48 hours. I'm not sure. But anyways, she's saying, can you do it within 48 hours? And he said he's supposed to. So the attorney's on the case, but attorneys take forever to do everything. So she's not getting the money right away, regardless, because it's an attorney dealing with it. He's got to make sure that he crossed all his T's, dotted all of his I's before he sends this money to her. Well, he hasn't responded to, Well, he hasn't responded to him not once. What? It's hard to read this stuff like that they're saying. But anyways, y'all see what I'm reading and why it's so difficult to properly read it. And we got some more to go through. And we're gonna go through all of this. Oh, and that's where it ended. So after this, and then there's actually one more screenshot of them, and then we'll go through some other things. But she goes on to kind of, because now everything's out. So, her DMs are getting flooded. You got media outlets trying to get interviews. You got friends and family. You got people that don't like her messaging her. They're flooding her timeline. They're all in her comments. I'm not going to go through that, but you obviously got people on both sides that are upset. Some people, you know, at Edward's throat and other people are at her throat. So it's divided. I never once ran in I never once ran to the internet about no one. I tried over and over to handle this privately and my efforts were ignored. I've been lied to and manipulated by someone who knows exactly what they're doing and takes no accountability for anything. So I don't know what she wanted Edwards to do because like this was all supposed to be a private matter. Like it's kind of something you don't even really want to put out there from either side. You know, I don't think this helps either one of them for this to get out. Definitely hurts Edwards, without a doubt. I'm not listening to the game right now, but I could think that he could be getting booed right now, and there could be some protests happening outside the arena, and he might be dealing with this for the rest of the year, if not going on past that. Just because there's a lot of people that disagree with termination, but there's some people that champion for it. Everything is just split 50-50. There's really just no one side or the other side. Everybody is just like, you know what? I'm not rocking with this at all. And then you got some people that are just rocking with it. So whatever side you're on is kind of whatever side you're on when it comes to this. For me, I don't really know what to take of all of it. And I'll have my perspective at the end of this and then we'll kind of go from there. But as far as now, I'm just reporting what's going on. So as you can see, she got $100,000 bill coming to her. And see the dates are what really make it weird because the wire date was the 27th, but those messages where she was saying she didn't get the money was December 3rd, wasn't it? I think it said December 3rd. So maybe so you know what? I don't think it was the pill that was the got to do the other half in 48 hours. I think he sent her 200,000. He sent the 100,000 initially and he's like, "You'll get the other 100 after everything's complete on your end." So she got when it all started, she got the first 100 and then the second 100 came probably, a couple weeks later. So she might already burn through that first 100,000 in the first week. And she like, I need that other 100,000 right now. I done already went up, bought a G-Wagon, got a new chain. I'm gonna need another 100,000 so we can make up for my debt. All right, so and I think honestly, I would have said I need a cool million, 2 million, maybe three. What you got? You got 260 million just recently? I'm gonna need five. I'm gonna need 10 million. If I'm her, I need 10 million. I need 10 million. I need 10 million. That's what I would have told Edwards. I would have said I need 10 million. She goes on to say, and this was the more recent stuff, that she said, y'all always want to blame. Y'all always want someone to blame, and I guess it's going to be me. And so now she's getting it from both sides. So obviously the negativity spreads faster than the positivity. So that's what she's gonna highlight. People are at her throat. You got a lot of Edwards fans out here that are not digging her for the decisions that she made. Don't make the mistake of being so understanding and forgiving that you overlook the fact that you're being disrespected. See, and here's the thing, like, I'm not sure that either one of them were disrespectful to each other from the communication that was shown. You know, Edwards was direct. She kind of wanted some consolement, but at the end of the day, like, what you're doing is gonna have an impact on both of your lives, one way or the other. I mean, Edwards less, assuming that she, went through the process because, like I said, he's giving a few dollars away to a normal person. Like a couple 100,000 to him is nothing at all. He doesn't even notice that it's gone. His attorney fees just to deal with the problem were probably more than what he gave her. So I don't know. But let's see, do we got anything else? It says 48 to 24 hours. I think this is a different one. I don't think we looked at this one yet. Oh no, this was early on. So yeah, okay, yeah. So this is the 28th. No, I'm waiting. Anyone else would have just kept the baby and said F you. Yeah, I'm waiting too. And I don't give a F. Why should I? Are you going to send it? So yeah, okay. So when we seen the wire transfer for the first 100,000, what it looks like was on the 27th, but it takes a while for a wire transfer to go through. It's usually like a 24 to 48 hour thing. It's not just gonna hit your account right away. And they'll probably think it's fraud if you've always had like, $500 in your account or you even overdrafted and then all of a sudden you got 100,000 coming in. They're gonna be like, yo, this seems like it could be a mistake. So let us definitely vet this and contact the sender and make sure this is what he's trying to do for sure. So the lawyer had some things he had to go through, but the money was on the way. Edwards is good for it. Edwards is good for it. If Edwards said he's sending you 100, he's sending you 100. Not a penny less, not a penny more. But he's gonna make sure you get your money. Edwards got it to spare. So the money was sent, and she proved that herself. Didn't need to hear anything from Edwards. And you gotta send a video. That's what we agreed on. I did. You didn't mention 2 different days, different videos, and I guess he got the video. So uh do we got any more screenshots? I don't think we got any more screenshots. Yeah, we already went through that. Went through that one. Okay. Um, so back to the lady at hand. This is her. Do I have anything else as far as this? Oh, I did want to go to. I just gotta be careful showing her stuff. Okay, I still got it up. Let's actually refresh this because she sent a few other. Yeah, view it as me. She like, why is this guy looking at? Because you can see who looks at your stuff, but I'm pretty sure there's like millions of people looking at her stuff right now. Thank you to everyone who has personally reached out and checked in on me. It doesn't go unnoticed. This has all been overwhelming for everyone involved. And I agree, like, but it's kind of what she asked for by putting it out publicly, so I think she wanted the attention, just probably not the negative attention, but that just kind of comes with it at this point. And it's what we got to deal with. I might get negative attention just for talking about the story. Like, like it's just kind of is what it is when you want to put things out there for the public to consume. It's something you got to deal with. Don't force conversation. No response is also a response. Keep that in mind. Trauma did not make you stronger. It traumatized you, broke your heart. What happened? Oh, dang. All right, well, we're done looking at that. And then we got Edwards here, and this is his response that he made after everything, and this is what he closed out on. I made comments in the heat of a moment that are not me and that are not aligned with what I believe and who I want to be as a man. All women should be supported and empowered to make their own decisions about their bodies. And what is best for them. I'm handling I am handling my personal matters privately and will not be commenting. I can't even speak. This ain't his fault this time. This was actually written proper sentence structure, proper grammar. There's capitalizations, there's periods. So he did this one right. I'm handling my personal matters privately and will not be commenting on them any further at this time. Shout out to ChatGTP or his lawyer for putting out this statement for Edwards, because we all know based off the text messages he did not write this, or he said something similar and then they put it to where people could understand it. And I'm not even sure the words used in here are words that he even uses within his vocabulary. Anyways, this is what Edwards had to say. So even if he got that post game interview on the floor, I don't think he'd respond to any questions about what's going on. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So, you guys seen everything, and that's pretty much it. So, what do I feel about this whole situation? Me personally, well, I don't feel anything about it. I think that what happened is unfortunate for both sides. I think that it never should have went public. I shouldn't have the opportunity to talk about this, and the millions of people that are on Twitter, at the dinner table, privately, publicly making videos on various platforms should not have the opportunity to talk about this. And I think it just goes to show that, you know, clout is a hell of a drug, because there's really no other reason. And I wouldn't even say clout, I would just say attention. I don't know if you even get clouted off this. Edwards gains nothing from the situation. She does. Nobody knew who she was before this. I mean, a small amount of people did. But now that has blown up exponentially. And she's going to get supporters and she's going to get naysayers. And at this point, hopefully she can just monetize that into something that's beneficial to her moving forward. And, Edwards put himself in this situation. So he has to realize that he can't really be upset with her, because anything that you text or put out to somebody personally, just know that it can come to light, especially when you're a public figure and there is incentives to do so. And I think we're all dealing with that. We've all put things out there to people in private that we would not want to get out to anybody else. It's just what we do as humans. We're going to continue to make these mistakes as humans, and there's really nothing we can do about it. I know personally that with all of my knowledge, with everything I've seen throughout my life, the decisions that I should make that are best for me, and I'm still going to make wrong decisions that can end up putting me in a precarious situation at some point within my life. And it's just the truth. And nobody can prevent that from happening. So that's pretty much it. I don't have a side either way. I'm just reporting and, talking about the situation. And obviously, I gave some advice, but just kind of be careful about who you deal with. And if you can prevent something from happening, that's usually the best thing to do. And Edwards could have prevented all of this. So could the lady in question. They both could have prevented this from happening. One or the other might have wanted this to happen. So, it's all just convoluted, but that's what we got so far. Edwards is, like I said, playing right now, so there's been no repercussions, and there's really nothing the league could do, his employer, at this point. because he technically didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything illegal. Now, morally, people have issues, but this all goes into a whole nother conversation that I wouldn't get into on this platform specifically. There will be other platforms where I'll get into the more deeper talks and the more controversial talks at some point, possibly. But YouTube is not the place to do that. Facebook definitely isn't. And probably most of the other mainstream, places where you can put out videos and public statements just aren't those places. And honestly, I don't really have a lot of interest in it anyways. Like, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Undirected team, what do y'all think about this? And what do you think's gonna happen moving forward? Do you think anybody benefits from this situation? I don't know. Well, that's all I got for this one. Until the next one, Dot Cell out.